Bando, Leon. Bonjour. TV. It is Taco Tuesday. So we're forced into twos. Some might say you don't have to play it, but we do. It's contractual. Been here for a year. I don't know if that's true. I feel like I recognize your name from more recently, Leon, but you have been here for a bit, I would say. I do have to potentially restart my game though, because my frames are not doing well right now. I don't know what's going on there. Cool. Don't know, actually, no. All right. Yeah, frames are just looking a little off right now. Oh yeah, I'm losing like 20-ish frames. Oof, like the part where I gave it away immediately. I meant to catch that a little bit cleaner. Oh, that could have actually been a goal. How much ping do you have? The ping is fine. It's like 30. It just, I'm losing frames. It's the game just not running well. So I gotta fix that a little bit after this. How you doing, Somber? Like, it's not horrible. Like, I'm still getting good frames, but I can tell, like, the frame drop is pretty insane right now. Okay. Hello, Catter. Last time you were here, you were GC1. How about now? Leon, you've been here so long that you're literally making up things. I don't think I've literally ever been GC1 in the entire time I've ever streamed. I'm being dead ass. Oop. I tried to 50 that with a musty. Maybe I should actually warm up before I start doing hilarious stuff. Oh. What? I'm just gonna get back. Shot me out. No, I'm good. Oh, and the hip went to the far corner. If you're trying to get people to say molester, I mean, you should maybe spell it actually closer enough to the word. Cool, should be another one. No. God, my frames are so weird. Cool. It's the type of air dribbler that literally just taps the ball once. He doesn't actually set up a reset or anything. He just kind of like waits for the final touch and tries to extend it over a defender. So it's like, so long as we don't actually bite on anything, it should be fine. I shouldn't have given my teammate that. I shouldn't have given my teammate that responsibility because as soon as I saw him slow down, I knew he screwed up. All he had to do is just not go for the boost and it would have been fine. But instead he was taking his time. That's when you keep your ball cam off or on for too long and then you realize you're not actually doing anything. Oh, redemption? Nope. Okay. You still the king of 4 stone goals? Man, you are, Leon, you have been so off. You're like almost accurate with all the things you say about my stream. It's like you don't want to win. It's like you don't want to win, buddy. They gave it away on that last touch, and then he was just like, oh, I'm gonna let him air dribble. I'm like, nah, buddy. And then he went with me. Scary. Scary, official. Maybe this game would be less close if I actually had all my frames. Jesus, dude. I'm watching it dip to like 230 FPS for no reason. That's fine. The only reason I was going for that is because I saw Storm 6 stay kind of near post, so I'm like, he does not have like the actual read that he's going for. Oh. Man, I hate it when they actually play smart. That was a weird fake challenge. He didn't even like hard cut it. He literally just like full turned around in like a full huge circle. Oh, hello. Did not think he would let that drop. That's an insane double! That's an insane double! Oh my gosh, look at what my teammate just did in the frickin' Cybertruck. Nah, skill. Elite. Bro says that was lucky. I don't know, man. I think you just gotta be like, yeah, of course it's I did. Yeah, 1 second, chat. I'm just gonna restart the game. My frame rate is frickin' terrible right now. So I gotta make sure I'm actually all set up for optimized gaming, because I absolutely refuse to play on substandard laggy FPS. And by refuse, I mean if it still is broken by the time I restart this, it's gonna be there. Can you confirm, by the way, Expedition 33 is game of the year and it's not even close? Is it kind of turn-based? I couldn't tell. It looks gorgeous, I will say. Like, the game itself looks really good. Okay, so I guess my frame rate is just cucked for the day, chat. All right, well, that's fun. Yeah, I guess my frame rate's just cooked for today. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Super interactive turn-based? I mean, I know like there's a bunch of parrying stuff in the gameplay. Are we gonna play on borderless to get better FPS? I'm so lost. What's happening with my game right now? We're getting less frame drops, but yeah, it's not ideal. It's that I had to take a little break to eat, but I'm about to have back on. That's how I am with Oblivion Remastered. Shout out Sombra again for gifting me that. I've been gaming. Been a hardcore grinding that one. Carry 60 hours in 4 days. Damn. Has he showered? Don't answer that. Oh, whoop. My poo PC, it's amazing. It's been really fun, I'm not gonna lie. It still feels like an old game, but like it still looks like great. And obviously just the Bethesda, the way they design their RPGs is really compelling. I'm doing the Dark Brotherhood on my other character. Those are always my favorite ones, where you have to use stealth in like creative ways to like complete those contracts. Wasn't like Expedition 33, it was like a bunch of developers that were working at like some big studio, and they said they got bored, and so they just decided to make their own game, and then they just, you know, turned it into like Game of the Year. I mean, all the like the weather effects in UE and the Oblivion remake are great. Like all the water, it looks incredible. I disagree that he was able to recover. Where's his boost? Do they know I have 0? Who knows? No, wait, if I had a little bit more boost, I literally bailed out so I'd stay in place. That was a bad one. A lot of the first projects too, and the guy who made the OST is just some random guy from SoundCloud. It's phenomenal. Wow. Wait, I didn't touch, that's kind of rigged. I touched that on the replay. Also, I'm fairly certain in 1600, every single time I've ever seen someone go for a reset in that situation, it's almost always a miss. So I should have just assumed that. Sad. I would like it better if Val actually played the ball. Sad. Is it a mod to change users? Tried to check, couldn't find. I'm so lost what you're trying to say, TB. Okay, that's kind of crazy that they just found that guy from SoundCloud. I mean, that was always my buddy John in college. He was he wanted to go to Berkeley College of Music, but his family was too poor, so he was like, nah, I need to like get like a stable career, so I'm gonna go for an accounting thing. But whenever he would show me like his original music was great, and I'm like, what's your dream with music? And he'd be like, oh, designing like a soundtrack for a video game. That would definitely be my dream. So that was probably the guy on SoundCloud. I'd be like, hey man, like your stuff. Can you design this OST? And he's like, oh my God. He just like starts freaking out. Starts putting out like the best work he's ever put out. Actually in the lab cooking. I should stop leaving this guy alone. Nice finish, that's not easy. The first question I was talking about when I subbed to you, the second one was asking, do I need a mod to change my user in-game? I'm so lost. Do you need a mod to change your username? Am I reading this incorrectly? I'm super lost. Like anything regarding your username on YouTube, you do not need anyone. Or do you mean a mod? Oh wait, do you mean mod like a game mod? Like a modification, like a hack? Okay, I thought you meant, do I need a moderator to change my name in game? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it's your name. The reason I'm able to change my name is literally just because oh, I love that part. Man, these guys are mid. We should not be losing this. But yeah, the main thing is that Steam allows you to change your username pretty much whenever you want, or at least your display name. Like the actual username was something pretty static. The part where I go to the corner and then don't get the ball, or don't get the boost. What a heavy touch for no reason. That was so weird. I mean, you can do custom titles in Alpha Console and PC. GG's. Team made a good game, but we gave up a lot of goofy goals, as is the nature of 2v2. Sorry for using it, a little more sense in my head. Hey, Taco ATB. Hey, buddy. No, just like when you kept like chatting about like changing your name, I thought you meant your name in YouTube or something, and I was like, I'm so lost on why you don't think that's a setting that you control. You know, like I don't think that has anything to do with anything. Kyle, thank you for the $5. Man, I gotta figure out why.
The win streak as always.
I gotta figure out why Rocket League is like this. I don't know why. It just, but every once in a while, there's a day like this where like my FPS is just like my graphics card is just freaking out. Like I was playing Oblivion before this, but I don't. It's not like it's tired, you know. Like I checked my my task manager. My graphics card is not stressed right now. I don't know why I hit it so near post, but that's fine. You didn't even see me on that one. Just buy the exact same computer as me. Bet. No, but this stuff has been happening recently with my Rocket League. Not recently as in like all the time, but like before I even traded out my new PC, like everything in this computer is brand new, which is why it's a little irritating that like the frame rate is a little off. Like it's not that my computer's taxed, it's literally just like, it's not working. Like the game is not optimized in some way. It makes me feel like it's an update thing. Ooh, like the clear that's right down the middle. Okay. Okay, got the last second flick. Been a while. Hello, Duke. Ah, man, I got ahead of the read. Okay. Bonk. How do I bonk him and he still gets that read? Mystery science can't answer. That's a really good read by that guy, I'm not gonna lie. That's probably gold. Yeah. That was a really good read. I honestly didn't expect him to go for that. Because I knew he had, like, nothing. That's why I was like, I don't think he's gonna get there in time. Probably could have shadowed that instead. Eh. Got a call from Scam Likely chat. That guy loves me. Nice. I don't like how Shroom went for that as well, unless he goes for this again immediately again. Damn, Scam Likely back-to-back calls. Let's go, chat. $120. I thought that said 12 for a second. I was like, damn, buddy, I envy your grocery store haul. You only need $12 to feed yourself. doing the very European thing where you don't go once a week or twice a week, you go every day. Yeah, multiple times, dude. He's literally obsessed with me. Dude, it's again. What are you doing? I'm literally denying them in between plays, and then it's just like, oh, by the way, here's a new call. I disagree. I was not that far outside, was I? I guess I was, all right. I thought he was further inside, to be honest. Their job pickup. I know the area code for my job. He adopted you there. I thought he was like way further inside on that read. That's why I was actually not really paying attention to the touch. Yeah, these are like 1888 numbers or something. What the heck? This guy actually has no brain cells. He would just let me have that shot. I did not expect him to leave me and let me shoot at him. All right. Well, we've played 2 twos games, and I think I'm done with twos. Good start to Taco Tuesday, all right? I gotta, honestly, chat, I gotta start getting the, I forget what the app is called. It's called Truecaller or something, where apparently it's an app you set up with your phone, and every time it has this massive database of like telemarketer numbers or something. And basically every time you get a call from them, it answers for you and then basically wastes their time and then adds them to a block list. So it filters all your cars as I just took off too. You guys all saw it. You guys all saw me uncheck twos and then re-queue, and I just got a twos match. What the heck is that? Literally I unchecked twos, like I don't want to play twos right now, and then the game was like, oh no you don't. What the heck was that? And that's why I don't like twos. Bro just went in a full square on that rotation. All right, cool. You didn't uncheck it? I did. I literally went over twos and pressed X, and then it didn't uncheck, I guess. I made a clip. Oh, well, thank you. God, my frame rate, dude. Why are you up? Why are you going to the corner? Okay, no cost is pretty patient, despite the fact that he has not touched the ball past his initial first touch. Play Chair Obscure? I'm not buying any new games. The only reason I'm playing Oblivion is because Somber decided to very kindly drop $60 to let me play it. Until I get my big boy job, chat. What advice would you give for new people who stream but faceless? Yes, I would agree with Kyle. If you focus on chat interaction over everything, it's gonna be a lot better. Also, even if you don't have anyone in the chat, make sure you talk, because otherwise people are gonna turn in and just listen to someone silent. A lot of people are like, but there's no one to talk to. Well, yeah, then they're waiting for them to talk to. And if you're playing like a comp game, it's not always gonna be the same as like a story-based game, you know? Like story-based games have the advantage of always having something to talk about. Like, oh, you're on this mission, I love that thing. Oh, have you tried to join this clan or, you know, guild or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But like when you're in a, no, don't dive on that. If it gets game of the year, you gotta play it. I mean, I'm down. I've never tried to play like a turn-based kind of game like that. Yeah, I would say CN Ginger, that's like the biggest thing you gotta focus on, is a lot of people who try to stream focus so hard on just like the gameplay and all that. Oh, I saw I got it in the chat, and I was like, wait, did you mean you got it on that one, or? I sold. My bad on that one, Canop. I expected you to do literally anything with this. I didn't expect you to throw it away. I also didn't expect Justin to just lob it forward. I thought he'd jump on that as well. That's still more my mistake than his, but... I don't know if these guys are thinking. Interesting. Interesting also on the no wave dash. Interesting. No one can touch the ball. Very interesting. Very intriguing. Love that. Huge fan. Meant to not chip it that hard. Why are you going down the middle? There's so many avenues in which you can not do that. All right. Really heavy touch. That's fine. Get a 50? Never mind. Nice. Okay, he went for that for the demo. I was like, I'm just going to shoot it back close anyway, but I'll be there. Anyway, I'm here. I've not seen you in a while. It'll probably because you haven't been in stream a bit. I hate the genre of cleric script. It's absurdly good game. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I don't really like... It's funny that the only turn-based combat I've ever enjoyed is Pokemon. But half of that is just nostalgia, you know? I feel like as I've gotten older, I really crave difficulty and, like, a challenge-based thing in combat, which is why I think Dark Souls and Souls-like appeal to me. But also, like, why Pokemon Violet really upset me. Because, I mean, I've gone on this rant before, and I'm not going to go on it again. Pokemon would be insanely good and would be peak if it had adjustable difficulty. I find it really funny that, like, literally so much of Pokemon's current fan base is in their, like, 20s and 30s. Like, legit, so much of their fan base right now is 20s and 30s people who grew up with Pokemon and love Pokemon. And yet, the game is still programmed as if a 7-year-old is playing it and they don't want to make it too hard. And I'm like, why? Like, make it so it has an easier difficulty, whatever. Or just make it adaptive, you know? Like, if you're, like, winning every battle immediately and barely, like, even getting close to taking an L, then yeah, we can dial it up and make it harder. Like, I think that'd be a great system. Like, based on your win percentage and also, I don't know, relative, like, damage done or whatever, they can code some solution. Canop says taco. Magic the Gathering requires significant brain power for a turn-based game. Well, but that's different because, like, card games are a lot of interactions, whereas, like, turn-based combat is more like trying to stack, like, damage effects and also getting in, especially in, like, an RPG, like, getting buffs together, like, figure out who has heals. And in this game, it's interesting because it's turn-based, but it's also, like, a parry system as well. So it's like they're trying to take turn-based, but also add RPG, action RPG combat, which I think is a cool system. I definitely like that. Because otherwise it feels like, if you guys ever grew up watching the Justice League cartoon, Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, by the way, goated cartoons. But the combat in that show always made me laugh about turn-based combat, because it always felt like when they're fighting an enemy, it's like, and then they launch it and it cuts the guy going, and it's just like, wait, you didn't even try to block that or dodge, you know? Like, that's what turn-based is. It's just you going, and then you get to attack. And I'm like, wait, so you don't even have a chance to dodge that? Like, literally even in Pokemon, which is turn-based, in the anime, Pikachu is like, oh, there's like a rock thrown at him and he dodges out of the way. So it's like, Ash didn't even have to tell him to dodge. He just did that, you know? That's why I'm like, Pokemon would actually be really hard. It would go super hard if they took the Pokemon DX or whatever that, like, fighting game thing was and made it a little bit more three-dimensional and made it like an action RPG dodging system where you get to control your Pokemon and be able to fight them in a 3D arena against gym leaders. I think that'd be dope. Superman gets pissed at Darkseid. Yeah, that's what's funny is that the meme of Darkseid grabbing his cape is used as like a hold on, come back here. But then we forget like 3 seconds after that, Superman literally beats the crap out of him. So like that meme doesn't mean what you think it means. How did I get so much power on that? I'll never know. I will never know. No boost. That's crazy, I'm not gonna lie. That's actually psychotic. That'd be the best Pokemon game ever. Bro, it's in my mind. I know exactly what it looks like. I've been wanting to make that forever. Just make the camera like over the shoulder type, like third person. Honestly, the way Horizon Zero Dawn does it is like the way. It looks very cinematic that way. Nice shot. Thanks, Christopher Jason. I didn't think he'd chase. Unfortunately. Legend of Runeterra is a decent turn-based mobile card game. What kind of buds do you use? These are IEMs. I cannot tell you the brand. Literally just Google IEMs on Amazon. Google them on Amazon. Wow. You know, search them up on Amazon. Like search the term IEM, and then like one of the first results, you'll see the design that I have. Bang? What? But yeah, it's like smaller characters like Pikachu in that type of battle. Lower HP, better dodging ability, and like quicker attacks. And then you could have like larger Pokemon like in that type of game that are slower, but they're tankier, you know? And that's kind of the advantage, is like they might take a little bit more damage, but they hit harder. And then I'm sure there's a lot of balancing you gotta do based on the Pokemon you gotta deal with. But I think that'd be a really interesting game. That guy went for the bump immediately. Like he literally was just like, I am not doing anything else. How my teammate didn't see that coming, I don't really know. He was kind of like waiting for it, and then he still got beat for it. Like he was in good position. I think he just slowed down too much. Ooh, I almost had that. Talking about Pokemon MOBA? No. I'm talking Pokemon like action RPG fighting game. Where it's kind of like a third person camera, but not like Tekken, you know? Because they had the Pokken DX or whatever it's called, where it was like kind of a fighting game. I don't mean that. I mean like a Dark Souls action RPG type camera where like the Pokemon can actually dodge the attacks, and it's not just you taking a punch right to your face or a lightning bolt right to the face. That stuff always irritated me, how that's like the way it has to be. When I'm like, Pokemon in the anime is so freaking cool, watching the Pokemon dodge stuff and deflect stuff, and I don't know. It's just very cool to see that. Whoa, what the? I did not mean to jump like that. That'd be awesome to play. I'm just like, in my head, I know exactly what it looks like. The problem is Nintendo has a cash cow that they know will be the best-selling game of the year, or at least like a multi-billion-dollar sales, if they put out literally anything Pokemon related. And I'm like, man, there's just no reason for them to do anything that cool. I'm such an idiot. I knew exactly where he was putting that, and I literally just ignored him throughout the air. Yu-Gi-Oh! Animes, the monsters do stuff that you can't do in the card game? Yeah, basically. This guy has been... Oh, he's got... What do you prefer to stream on Twitch for YouTube? YouTube is a lot more discoverability. which I like a lot better. Twitch is just like a better experience for like full screen, you know? Because Discovery on YouTube is better generally, but that's only because I'm streaming on shorts. If you're streaming on regular YouTube, unless you have a massive channel already, you don't really get any traction on your streams. How's RL been for you? Honestly, for the most part, pretty good. Right now, we're playing twos in 1600, which is the equivalent of basically forcing yourself to be the greatest player on Earth. Otherwise, you're losing. Watching players go for a 3% chance goal scoring opportunity over and over, and then getting countered for it is literally the thing that hurts my brain more than anything else. But either way, yeah, I just find that that's the biggest thing with turn-based combat is just like once you start playing action RPGs, I just can't play those type of games anymore because I'm like, once you can like dodge, like half the fun of Dark Souls isn't even like customizing your build. It's the fact that literally if you're good enough at, you know, just timing things and reading the boss, you can beat anyone, any boss with any weapon, you know? Like you can make, like there's even like Lobos where he would literally just make a build where he'd beat all of Dark Souls 2 with a wooden spoon, you know? Like, and that's something you could legitimately do because the game is built like that. Man, in a world where Killer Taken was not trying to clout farm for Spotify and knew how to, I don't know, play at a GC even one level, we could have done that. I'm on Twitch, like I said it was. Hello, Gojo. Yeah, okay, this time I made shirt on check twos. That's bragging rights to win with a wooden spoon. But that's the thing is like with Dark Souls, you don't need to like have a thing. It's because, for example, like I will say also, I'm not a fan of adaptive AI difficulty. And I say that just because I'm playing Oblivion right now. And in my new playthrough, since I already know the main storyline, I've just been doing side missions and I've got to like level 16 or 17. And the way Oblivion's difficulty works is that the more levels you gain, as I just remembered I need to update my donegal, the more levels you gain, the more it levels up everything else around you. Which means like in the beginning, there's a quest where you get to a city that's been sieged by the Dremora, who are like these like demon, otherworldly creatures. And if you go into that city at a low level, all the enemies you fight, like pretty much 90% of them are like little, like, I think they're just called spawns or whatever, where they're literally just like little gremlins that are like 2 feet tall and like, meh. And if they take like one arrow, maybe two, maybe like 1 or 2 sword swings and they get killed. The thing is that I went back at level 16, 17. Every enemy is like a 6 foot tall, giant freaking lizard, or it's a 8 foot tall, like ice Atronach or whatever, which is like a giant, like ice-made giant that shoots like frozen pellets and shit at you. That does a bunch of damage. They take like 50 arrows to beat, and even with like really powerful magic, you're gonna have to like 3 or 4 hit them. And when there's a crowd of like 10 of them, it's just insane. And I'm just like, man, this is like really ridiculously over the top difficulty scaling. Not because it's hard, but it's just like, man, these guys are just absorbing, you know, a bunch of damage. So stuff like that, I'm not really a huge fan of, but I just like AI that's a little bit smarter. And so when I do see Dark Souls, I like how it's just one difficulty. Like you can fight the boss at the end, and it's literally the only thing that affects how you're doing is just how good your build is and how well you're dodging. Which is why it's pretty cool how you can pretty much just go into any boss fight in Dark Souls and win it no matter what. Whereas in other ones, it's not really the same. Kyle with a 5 gifted membies. Ayo. Thank you, Kyle. Saga, the man, the myth, the legend. Hey, Wasteland. How you doing? Thank you, Kyle, for gifting to Jeremy Keel, Chris, Edwin, Jason, Lynn, and Bryce. Hey, Bryce Campbell got one. Yeah, but Bryce, yeah, but the Lobos, that was like an exercise in like pain. Because he would do like a wooden spoon in Dark Souls 2. And literally, he would hit someone, and it would do like 2 damage on an enemy that has like 20,000 health. And he's like, yeah, I can do that. And I'm just like, buddy, the patience you have to spend 4 hours fighting a boss with this. I don't even know if I bumped him. I don't even know if I bumped him there. He literally just was like, nah, I'm scoring. That's it. That's all for this week. Well, I appreciate it, Kyle. Thank you. I didn't think we'd all miss. I'm for it. And that's why you rotate back to the goal. What? I didn't even see his boost on that last one. Do we rock with egg salad? No. I'm not a huge fan of egg salad. I do like potato salad, though. Any excuse to ingest mayonnaise, I'm a fan of. Dude, I don't know, man. I'll be hugging the toilet for a few hours. Sometimes less is more with details. Hopefully you're feeling better, though. Hello, Amen. Nice. Nice little pass. I can eat spicy mayo on sushi just fine. Oh, I can't eat mayo. Okay. I feel like maybe just haven't had the right egg salad yet. No, I mean, I've had egg salad. I've had a lot. I also don't like deviled eggs. Never liked deviled eggs. Very specific things, I remember. I've just never enjoyed. As I've gotten older, actually, low-key, I kind of F with Brussels sprouts, weirdly enough. When I first grew up, I felt like every time I had them, they were pretty bad. I think my mom was, like, boiling them. But, like, roasted? Pretty good. Especially with the right seasonings. Any vegetable, I think, can be made delicious with the right seasonings. My only minor exception feels like spinach, because personally, I've just never enjoyed spinach. But that's just me. But I'm sure if you coated that with enough olive oil, I could change my mind on that. Kyle donate the large amount. $5,000? No, he didn't. Donate some Membies. I just slowed down because my teammate was like cutting there, and I was like, I don't even know if you have that. That's the problem. The triple commit. All right. Gotta put that in the ceiling. It's a little bit weirder of a read for him. Nice read, Unky. That's actually a really good read. He not only tapped it around him, but he got the pinch. And the pass down the field. Oh my god, what a beautiful play. Yeah, I was waiting for that demo attempt. The guy just glided past me. Glided, right? I want to say glid, and I'm like, I don't think that's the past tense. I think it's glided. Hard tech if I drop 5K. I think you'd have to do it via PayPal. I don't think YouTube would allow you to. I think it's still $500 day limit, you know? I would have hard tech if someone donated $5,000. That's literally like a full month and a half, I would say, of like income, living expenses. That's disgusting. Honestly, that would be lit because I could just, without hesitation, go fix my car, and that would feel great. $500 on YouTube and then 4.5K on Ko-Fi? Hell yeah. I'm still thinking about getting a job for me at the local college. It's $245 for 20 hours a week. Not bad. I mean, it's your first job. Good, like, summer money, I guess. How good does that sound? I would say if it's wasn't your first job, I would say no, but that's like a regular job, yeah. Trying to find a new job right now, and my god, is it rough? Yeah, that's honestly, that's why I've been talking to this one job. That's why it's like I'm talking to this job. Did 3 interviews. The consensus from people I've talked to in the company seems to be like that they like me, and that they said, yeah, we'll potentially talk to you early next week, and that was last week. And it's Tuesday, and I haven't heard anything, so I'm like, hopefully by tonight or tomorrow I get an email. Or maybe at least like a call or an email to set up a meeting. Because I've done 3 interviews, and I think I've done well in all of them. I don't remember a single moment from those interviews where I said something and the answer was like, or they like were like critiquing it or something. They felt, everyone was like, oh, good answer, I like that, blah, blah. But yeah, Sombra, I feel bad. It definitely irritates me as well that like the only reason I might get this job is only because someone on YouTube knew what my general skill set was and was like, hey, what if we tried to, you ever think about doing this? My company is thinking about expanding Texas. And that's the reason. It's not because of my applications. It's not because of anything. I literally just sent the CEO my resume, and he decided to have a conversation with me, and from there I went. And it if I get this job, it continues the streak where I've never failed to get a job if someone has interviewed me. The problem is, and yeah, this current job climate, you literally like can't even get an interview because AI is sifting through applications and denying 99% of them at the bat. Or even better, jobs don't exist, and it's just a data farm application. Oh. Sometimes you play a read, and that read doesn't exist. I'm looking for a remote pharmacy work doing data entry, but it's terrible hours to start doing SMM graphics, but these are all the people with master and technical experience. Well, that's the problem, is that a lot of them also want a unicorn, I've noticed, especially in psych work. It's a lot of psych work where it's like, oh, we want someone with a master's level of education, or like at least, or like we want someone with a bachelor's and like 3 years of experience, and then I apply with a master's, and they're like, no, I don't think you understood me. We want someone with a bachelor's that has your level of experience. And I'm like, okay, well, fun fact, no one with a bachelor's has 7 years of experience. And if they do, why are they still in this field? Like, personally, you should be advancing at this point. You should have been going to grad school. And it's especially frustrating when I literally like, you know, man, I bought a lot of time for you guys to get back. What happened here? Oh, I didn't hear Tali getting demoed. But yeah, it's like I felt like I was applying to all these jobs and I kept getting like the, sorry, we're going with someone else. Sorry, it's like your application was so impressive, but like, we're just gonna move on and look at other applicants. And I'm like, legitimately, I'm trying to wonder how many masters with 7 years of experience you're getting in these apps, you know? Like, are you rejecting every one of them, or is it just me? Am I like not using the right keyword to get through your AI filter for the job filtering? Like, genuinely tell me what the issue is so I can fix it. They can't afford you. I mean, that's kind of the thought, but then it's like, if I was going to grad school for 4 years, and that's part of the reason I don't have a formal job for a couple of years, and my job was graduate assistant, do I just not list that I'm a master's? And then if so, then I would have a 4-year gap or something, you know, on my resume? Like, how would I explain that? What were you doing for 4 years? Literally nothing? Oh. You know? It's like, and it's like the fact that it's like in order to get a job, I have to lie about my education is insane to me. Or you got to be like a Weenie Hut Jr. and just be like, don't worry, guys, I'm not going to ask for a lot. Well, that's not a way to negotiate. I don't know, man. It ticks me off that the only job I might be getting here is literally just because the guy knew me. Like, someone at the company knew me and wrecked me. And then after they interviewed me, they're like, wow, this guy's great. And I'm like, yeah, isn't it crazy that if I applied for this job, you never would have given me the time of day? But yeah, I feel for everybody out there. Honestly, I don't even have the job yet right now. That's why I'm trying not to talk like, well, before I got my job, you know? Because I still haven't got the job offer yet. It's something I see a lot of potential with, and I want to be able to take it to the moon, but I just don't know, you know, how far this job is going to go. Tali, stop trying to touch the ball. How did you do that, Braided? You were leaning back and you still hit it forward. I don't understand how that works. The reason I went for that is because I saw Pyman not have any boost, so I'm like, he's just going to hit it really weak to the sideline, and he's not really going to get a good touch. And then that's exactly what happened, so I'm for it. You take less money, you can then get the gap out of your resume, gain experience, then move on to another company. That's when you ask for the money. But that's the issue, is like half the time when those jobs are opening up, they're like, yeah, we're looking for someone with like 7 years of experience and blah, blah, blah. Also, this job at literally any other company pays like $20 an hour. But anyway, we're going to start you at like $13. And I'm just like, but I gotta pay my bills, you know? I'm not gonna take $28,000 a year for this job that you know damn well any other company should be paying a little bit more. That's why it irritates me. Is like, if these companies were like actually, you know, willing to hear me out. I'm also like, you know, not to undercut myself, but like, yeah, if I was in those situations, I was willing to like not ask for an insane salary for some of these jobs. Like, even those lab manager positions, I know other labs can pay like $50,000 to $60,000 a year. But honestly, I'm like, if you just pay me 40, like that's more than enough. I'd gladly take that. I just find it interesting that like, not once are they like seeing a master's person with a bunch of experience apply to these jobs, and not once are they gonna DM me and just do a quick little like interview, you know, to like see like, oh, why are you interested in this job? Dude. Did my teammate dunk this in? I did not expect Tali to whiff that. That's insane. That's insane, dude. Oh my god. No, but semi-sexual, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's just no positions in like most fields nowadays that actually want to cough up money for anything. They want the bachelor student that they can pay like super low with a bunch of experience, which does not make any sense because that's not how anything works, you know? So it's like being able to like apply has just been like this huge mind fuck, because it's like you're trying to get a job, ideally at least for just $20 an hour. That's my bar. Like, maybe if I was younger, if I was in like 22 or something, yeah, I'd be fine taking 15, 16 or whatever, because you know, I gotta pay bills. It's my first job. Gotta build that resume. But like, I already have the resume. I already have the skills. Like, I don't need to build it. I don't need a starter job. Just give me a freaking thing. In this job that I'm, you know, waiting for the job offer on, it's literally a sales position. Like, it's an account executive. So it's like, they're gonna pay for all my training. They're gonna fly me to whatever I need to do for like product training and whatever. And they're, you know, the company culture's great. You know, I've heard great things about it. So it's like, I'm not too worried about that. But I straight up told him, I'm like, I'm willing to like earn my way up. Like, if you're able to pay me somewhere between 30 and 40K in the beginning, and then, you know, I can prove to you that I'm like competent and good at this, then I'm down to talk later. And they seem pretty chill with that. And apparently that's what the CEO liked. He's like, yeah, I like to hear that. I hate it when people come in and be like, hey, I want 90K plus like a 15% commission or whatever, you know? But like, I don't mind earning my way up, but it's irritating when they're asking you like, oh, you're going to be pulling 60 hours a week for this job. Also, you're going to be salaried, and also you're going to have to take $19 an hour. No way, One Thompson is under your stream, and he is streaming. You're surprised that another streamer is streaming? Man, I would love a lobby. Who's Upton? He's a Canadian streamer with a mustache. I didn't join mid-game? No, you did not, Damaging. Got the current job from my mom, striking up a conversation in ER lobby. But that's the thing, I hate that. I feel like that's a broken system. You should not have to only get a job through conversations with someone else, you know? It should come through like actually applying and then having an interview process and going. But the fact of the matter is that just that process is dead. Like when I first graduated college, that was how it is. I had like a 10 to 15% success rate in getting interviews, and now it's like, I think someone literally estimated like less than 1% of like most people's job interviews across all of LinkedIn or something resulted in an interview or a job offer. Like, that's not sustainable. Like, that's horrible. Like, did we have a population explosion and a job shrinkage that I was not aware of? You know, like, oh, we have, you know, three, like, for the ratio, is the ratio of people to jobs 300 to 100? Okay. That's really lucky with my work. Even my parents' surprises how I fell in jobs, which was easier for others. Well, you know, you're lucky when your parents are shocked. Yeah, seriously. It was rough. I had a Zoom call with the main boss and general manager. But that's the thing is, like, if at least hear these people out. That's why I'm laugh when people are like, oh, well, they don't want to pay someone with a master's or whatever. And I'm like, well, I don't know. If I was applying for a job and someone perfectly qualified for that position came up into my applicant pool and literally just was like, yeah, I'll do that. Tali, I need you to start playing like a grand champ. I need you to be able to actually touch these reads in a way that doesn't make me want to die. All right, see you damaging. We might have to pick up a duo. This is like a third straight game where I'm not sure what MMR Tali is. I'm gonna guess he's a C3, but I don't 100% know because he's panicking on every freaking touch, dude. Gonna make me fall out of C3, GC3. Okay. Made a bit more boost, and that was a pretty easy hit over the top. Passionate, you were getting destroyed to that. Not sure why you went. Whoa! That's a great bounce. Anyway, that was winnable anyway. And we're going to take a 5-minute break, because if they don't want to Q dodge, then I will for them. That was a rough bounce. I did not read that well at all. But regardless, if we're going to be playing against the same people doing literally nothing on offense, and we're just going to keep throwing it right down the middle for them, then that's going to be a loss. I did want to check on Tali's MMR, because I don't know what it was, but I was not a fan of it. Had to wait over a month for a slot for me to join on. That's really annoying. That's even worse when it's like, yeah, we're giving you the job. We just got to wait for you to the right time to get it to you. It's like, come on. Hey, can you check out my new reaction website? No, thanks. Hey, Dick, I would say if you're trying to actually get traction on that stuff, I would actually start building it organically. Maybe ask people who you've ever been in their stream before. If the first ever message you've ever done in my chat is that, why would I do you a favor? I don't know anything. Who are you? You know? It just, I feel like a lot of people are like, man, no streamers are doing this. It's so irritating. I keep having to go to different streamers. No, just watch streamers, be a part of their community, be consistent, and then you can start being like, hey, I made this reaction website. Do you want to check it? It's for different streamers and blah, blah, blah. And then you can go to it. And if you're like, wow, this is really condescending, shut up. Like, stop. Just why are you telling me no and then explaining me? Because I'm trying to help you. Because this is so many people who just spam chats in my freaking website. And you know what I'm actually tempted to do is when people actually are in my community and they're like regular members and then they ask me to do something, I'm way more tempted to do it if those people are actually involved. The thing is, you don't want to do that. You'd rather just get the quick result, and that is why it will not work for you. Hopefully, it works out for you, especially if it's a useful website for people, but otherwise, yeah, you might want to wait a little bit. Oh. That was a really heavy touch. Have never commented? Yeah, I don't know, buddy. If I don't recognize your username, I can't, in good faith, say that you are a OG member. You know? Like, if someone's like, oh, you know, following since 2019, I'd be like, okay, well, that's kind of crazy. But even still, if I've never seen your username, I'm supposed to believe you lurked for, you know, like a full year or whatever. Never once chatted. Not even to be like, hi, or ask me a question. I don't believe it. $10 is better. I don't know who you're saying. Team STW. Do you SSL? No, I'm getting gate capped right now. Hey, Link. Can you watch my YouTube, my Rocket League montage? No, because I don't know who you are. Congrats on grinding out the edit, though. But I'm not really in the mood to watch a montage from someone who's never been in my stream before. Can you watch my Twitch? I've been an OG, but I never talked. Yeah, I don't know about that, Kev. I keep trying to read chat while I'm like doing the rings. Oh. Okay, I went through that. Am I high? I feel like I'm calculating this correctly. Jazz Kitty, what's up? It's 4 a.m. for me? Yeah, it is pretty late. I gotta remember when I'm streaming in the afternoon, that's when the Europeans can actually watch. ADHD prevents me from streaming or making videos. I mean, you can still do it. You just gotta be consistent. Yeah, honestly, if I wasn't doing all this other extracurricular stuff, I would be a lot more hardcore in my editing lately, but I've definitely stagnated a little bit, but it's more about like prioritizing, you know? Because I have a content job trying to like put together videos for them 4 times a week. So trying to figure out something I can do consistently for them, dedicating my time to that has been the more important focus for me. Second interview with Cheesecake Factory. It's progress. Just not as Matt L. Matthew M. I bet that cheese. Get paid in cheesecake. Imagine how fat I would be. Honestly, that would be pretty AIDS. Every 2 weeks, you just get like a whole pallet of cheesecake. Or whatever the equivalent of, you know, your paycheck would be in cheesecake. The landlord comes knocking with an eviction notice, you just give him a cheesecake, and he's like, oh, all right. Imagine the return on the return on investment. That's true. I would ask you ridiculous would you rathers. That does not narrow it down, Philip. I'm trying to remember, there was a dude who used to come into my stream all the time. They came in from my buddy Ivycomb's channel. And Ivycomb is a VTuber. And a furry. So the person in that stream, the people in those streams are way different than mine. So this person would be constantly trying to talk to me or whatever, and then they would just give me like weird random advice where they're like trying to get me to be more like a VTuber in terms of like energy and tone. And I'm like, I'm gonna be a dead ass. I think you like the content of this stream, but you just wish I was Ivycomb. And like, no, I think it's cool that you're like your own person, your own humor, blah, blah, blah. I just feel like you should be like a completely different personality. And I'm just like, kind of feels like I'm right. Kind of feels like you're not actually interested in my stream. You just want it to be like another one. And that would just be funny because they'd be like, hey, by the way, can I give you random feedback? And I'm like, sure. And they're like, yeah, your username is stupid. Doesn't sound like feedback as much as just you being angry at a username. That's kind of the whole point of username, is that it's supposed to be unique to the person. Upmark and sell it, I feel like that'd probably be frowned upon by the employer. It's just very like cringy to like witness, because it was like eventually they left and I don't think they ever came back, but it was just so tilting trying to like talk to them in my chat, because it was just so very clear that they did not really want to be like, I think they liked the vibe of the stream, the community, but they were just like, yeah, I wish it was just like a completely different type of stream though. And I was just like, well, that's not how it is. Hey, you should play this game. Well, I don't. Well, I think you should. Because honestly, it gets boring watching Rocket League. Hey, that's fun fact. That's why you're in a Rocket League stream, to watch Rocket League, you know? It's like not every streamer is a variety streamer. Jesus. That's my favorite thing. Hey, Taka, I really like you. You should play Roblox, though. Well, fun fact, I'm not going to be playing Roblox. And the reason is not to spite you. It's just because I don't want to play Roblox. That's just how it is. You should play Honkai Star Rail. Why are you playing Clash of Clans? You know, it's just that over and over. I want you to like the things I like. Fun fact, that's not how streaming works. And this is bad chat. Oh. Been turning up on that one. Why are we feels flipping? Sleeping with your dad simulator in a while. No! If I actually timed that flip better, that was a very easy goal. Bad player, you want to get that? What? I didn't fence that? Interesting. Even before he hit that, I literally was going to call that out. I was like, I bet his teammate is going to think that's better for him, even though he's way farther back and does not have the read. Okay, we need to lock in that these guys are a duo queue and they're playing it like it's twos. Like every pass is to them and only to them. Well, it's just like, that's the thing is like streaming should be a la carte. Like if you want to watch a streamer do X, you go to a streamer who's playing that game. You don't just go to a streamer who only plays one thing and go, I want to see you play this. Like you can say like, hey, would you ever be interested in playing this? And like asking them. But when you're getting upset at someone and be like, you should play this, you should play this, why aren't you playing this? I wish you could play that. It's like, buddy, at a certain point, go find a streamer who watches that or plays that so you can watch that streamer. It's not that hard. But there's so many of like, especially like younger viewers who are just convinced that like, oh, everyone should like this, so like, why not you like it? I like Fortnite. So many people like Fortnite. You should play Fortnite. I'm like, well, I'm not a Fortnite streamer. Maybe you should watch a Fortnite streamer. Cool. $5 work for a name change, sir. Bonk. He's not JG. JG barking was an iconic staple of Rocket League Twitch. Like creek craft? Who the heck is that? Is that a disease? Genuinely lost on why my frame rate is so weird today. Roblox YouTube that someone told me to be like. Well, there you go. Like a top 3 moment for me, him barking. Damn.
Name change request. YouTube chat is best.
YouTube chat is the best. Official username change. Weiss, what the frick was that? I don't even understand what just happened there. You still don't believe in self-defense? Havoc, are you hallucinating something? I don't think I've ever had a conversation about self-defense. Hello, King Kong Gamer. Oh, hello. Oof. Why is my frame rate so weird? As I'm jumping, my game is like a PowerPoint right now. I have no idea what's happening in my game today. You did. Hey, fun fact, I still don't. So can you remind me what I was even talking about? Because right now you're just saying things like right now. Also, you say so you don't believe in it, lol. That made me feel like in that moment I said something that had anything to do with self-defense, and I'm like, Oh, nice. Considering I don't talk about like anything political in my chat, I'm wondering if this is like some right-wing guy that's like, oh, you don't think people should own guns? And I'm just like, well, first of all, I have no idea what you're referring to. Unless, oh, wait a minute. Is this referring to the thing where some woman hit him and then he hit her as hard as possible back and basically knocked her out? And then people were defending him for hitting her back. And I was saying personally, violence is the last refuge of the incompetent. I'm not a fan of committing violence when you don't have to. Be the guy, walk away. And then people extrapolated it like an idiot. And they're like, oh, so if a woman had a knife, you should just let her kill you? It's not a woman with a knife. It's a woman slapping you. You shouldn't beat up a woman as a high schooler man who's stronger and larger than that woman instead of just walking away and then talking to the person saying, don't do that, and then talk to the girlfriend who is their friend and say, hey, really don't like that your friend did that. And if your girlfriend's like, yeah, you know what, it was pretty unacceptable for her to hit you, I'm sorry about that, you guys should have settled that differently. But if she's just like, you deserved it, then you break up, straight up. Like, I'm not gonna date someone who doesn't respect that, you know? If you're referring to that, first of all, very old conversation, but second of all, you're all objectively wrong and stupid, and the reason why the moral decay of society continues, if you genuinely believe that you should be beating up a woman as a man. Like, let's be real. Let's be real, chat. Just because it's fair doesn't mean you should do it. Nice. Anyway, quick little rant. That was, I remember that. I was getting so angry at you guys for actually being like, no, you guys should, he should beat up the girl. He should, like, smack the crap out of her. It's only fair if she wants equal rights, and I'm like, it means equal fights, LMAO. I'm like, I don't know, man, that's a weird pedestal you're trying to, like, put yourself on. Nah, it's only fair that you know, inflict violence. It's like, buddy, the first thing is that what they did is wrong. And I'm very much of the mindset where it's like, two wrongs do not make a right. It's not gonna make you feel better to hit them, you know? Pasta, wow. It has been a fat minute since I've seen pasta in stream. Nah, I wish you hit it down the line. Bang. No! Tried to top corner that. Sorry, Vince. I wanted to lob that to you, but I put it way too far. God, my game looks like a PowerPoint, dude. The frame rate is so bad. Finish up assignments and graduation? All right. He hits you, he hits her, so apparently now that they're even, that's not how that works. No, but that's the logic, Zuzu. It's like people are like, oh, you hit someone, you hit it back, eye for an eye. And I'm like, that's not the point. Ooh. God, why is my frame rate so bad? There's no way we lose that, right? Okay. My RV is being rocked by 20-mile-an-hour winds. Is that even that bad? Not like that. Not like that. Oh no. Man, that was so tilting, I knocked myself off of the game. There's an update? All right, well, BRB chat. Are you back in 3 months? All right, bye. And then I'll be back in like a couple seconds. I guess it's a version mismatch. Since when was an update? Is this a hotfix? I don't remember seeing this. Too many blurred lines. What you're saying, talk about change topics, man. Man, that might be the lowest IQ thing I've ever heard you say in this chat. Okay, this guy's pinging me. I really need to really stop getting pinged at this freaking Discord. Okay. All right, guys, we are changing topics, but let's not debate it anymore. Let's not act like there's an actual conversation to be had here. Like guy says, it's caught up with finishing my assignments. I'll be back in 3 months. I'm sorry? Why is it specifically 3 months? Damn it, I was just at the grocery store. I didn't get protein bars. That's what I always forget. So GG's pretty soon? Oh, man. Well, I guess for your sake, hope it goes well. Missing a lot of the chat, apparently. Are you not on live chat? Get protein shakes. I do, actually. I do have protein shakes somewhere. Protein powder. I forget where it is, which is not a good thing, but somewhere in my house. I just didn't make one, and I don't really want to step away to get one. 55 shakes, 55 burgers, 55 fries. Exactly. All right, Rocket League has been downloaded. What's the update? I haven't seen what's in the patch notes. May 13th, Rocket League update. All right, patch notes. It restores 120 FPS functionality to Xbox, fixes replays not working. Chat filtering is improved, and then it's a bunch of bug fixes. That's it. Okay. Match chat for players on PC will now be filtered alongside party chat. That means PC players will see filtering a message they send and receive for language that follows our rules. Wait, so they've enhanced the filtering even further? I guess that's better, but whatever. I always thought it was really funny that they don't censor what other people type in the game, but they do censor your party chat. That's good, it fixes frames. Did it, though? Because my game is still framey. This feels like a restart type of situation. I gotta text my task manager. Am I actually just like at like 100% GPU usage or something crazy like that? Nope. Okay, I'm gonna try one more thing. Might be my RAM not being used effectively. Feels better. A little bit. Okay, Ashes has that. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Didn't pay attention to the bounce. I was looking at the goalie. What? Or just went right by it. What happened here? Did he just whip? That was a huge ghost touch. That's probably why my teammates were not ready for that. I was playing the 50 and the guy like touched the ball and it went like whoop and like lobbed up for a second. What is this lag touch? Is anyone else seeing that? Like every once in a while the guy will touch the ball and the ball will just like wiggle a little bit. But we're in a Sam lobby, I guess. I don't know who Uki is. He's got 180 ping. That makes me feel like it's like an Asian player. On US Central? That's a crazy ping to have. 180 ping on US Central. I don't even think Sam gets that bad on Central. What? Often someone that I'm like friendly with, but I don't know if I've ever like even at LANs. I don't even know how many times we have a conversation. I gave him a ride to back to his Airbnb at Worlds, but other than that, I'm like I don't really know how much we've really been able to interact that much. It's sad. Oh boy. Damn. Can't believe I didn't get any left in that. I was trying to lift that to the ceiling. I didn't think he'd just go for the bonk on me. Alright, Ash scores this every day. Just kidding. Man. Nice Ashes. Well done. What a save. Wow. Thank God. Oh. If that went out, crash. Oh my God. Whole desk dies, exactly. That's for sure your whole desk getting Hulk smashed. Wait, this is actually an insane play. That could have been insane if Ash just didn't keep encroaching. If God just passed it back to him and then he hit it again on the lob up to me, that would have been sick. Damn, that was a very bad setup, but a very high potential there. Twitch didn't respond. Twitch has nothing to say, buddies. Let's be real here. Twitch got no fight in him. Oh, that lobbed a little. Someone. Here you go, Ashes. I like the idea there, Ashes. I probably could have stayed there. 110's your one true friend, and you said YouTube chat's better? Well, there you go. I might get demoed here. Alright, I try to fence that out as much as possible, but I'm like, I do want that boost, though. Nice. I heard go up for that, but I was like, I don't want to... Oh, no! I just got bumped as soon as he got that beat. That's a crazy pass. That's a crazy good pass. What a pass! Holy pass! The perfectly timed ceiling pinch by Guh. Damn. Damn. Things we like to see. Call limit reached. Rigged. Spiz, thank you for the tier 100. Oh, and then we just got a name change out of Twitch as well. Kyle N. Best Chatter. Free edition. There we go. So that is our new chat. That is our new name. Spiz, thank you for the 100 bits. How you doing? How you doing this fine day? I approve. We thought you would. Whoa! Oh, I always alt-tab. It's funny that when I alt-tab in Rocket League to get back in the game, it doesn't lag immediately, but it will lag after like a second or two. So it gives me that fake sense of approval where I'm like, oh, it's cool, it didn't lag. Making dinner and saying howdy. I also say howdy. I've noticed ever since I lived in Arizona and also now Texas, I say y'all a lot more. Y'all is like a great collective word to use. You were so obsessed with the bump, Stanley, you didn't watch the shot. Oh, if I had like 10 more boost. That's a double. Wow, this is carnage. Oh, why is Sauce in there? This is what is going on here, dude? Off Swift and Sauce. What a duo. Michigan and see y'all a lot. That was a great word, too. Y'all superior to the New England U's? Honestly, yeah. That was me not estimating how fast that shot was going to come in. Bad save by me. Okay. What about to say, I'm like, as long as I don't try to dribble this guy, should be fine. Good job, Swift. I'm just gonna get out to let Swift know that he can go. Nah, bad read. Relearn the ball angles. It's tough. Rocket League is definitely a game that's, I think, you de-rust fast than a lot of other stuff. I like why I'm missing every single double, despite them being wide open. Good catch. Alright, Vamp should have that read. How much long is the stream gonna go? I don't know, until I decide it's not gonna go. I have a meeting in about 90 minutes, so we're probably gonna go until then. Noise? Bonk. This is car soccer, you're not wrong. Okay, take those 50s. Sauce and I kind of pre-jumping in that. You're SSL, right? No, but I know Off Swift, myself, and Sauce have all been SSL. I think right now we're all pretty decent GC3. Donk. Can I join? Nope, I do not play with anybody I do not know, unfortunately. I don't know if the Bacchus is not on, so it won't be able to show us the MMR right now. Well, Stuff and Sauce are SSL right now. I don't know what the MMR of the lobby is, though. What if I sub? That's doesn't matter. I don't know you, so I will not play. The only time I play with viewers is on viewer game days. Finally made it to Champ 2 next. Champ 3 is next. Hey, congrats, TOG. All right, what are we at right now? We're at 1805. Okay, we're like 7 games off SSL. Yeah, Valve Boost? Nah, unfortunately, I got into the game a little bit late. When the game first came out, it was only 20 bucks, but I was a college student. 20 bucks is like, you know, 2 hours of work for me. So, because I was only making like basically 180 per 2 weeks at my job in college. So I was like, damn, that $20 is like chicken, a couple of things of pasta, you know, all that. You know, I was doing the math like that about like, what could I afford in my budget? So I didn't get involved with it back in the day, which I really regret. But, you know, we got it eventually. I'll say, people used to complain like, oh, you know, Rocket League is $20, and if it goes free to play, I want to get a refund for my purchase or whatever. And I'm like, first of all, you're telling me Rocket League is one of the best, like, per dollar investments I've made, you know, in terms of, like, $20 for a game I put over 10,000 hours into? Like, yeah, I wish every game gave me that much replayability. Dang. Yeah, I was like, I know someone's on the backboard, but it's not really gonna work out. Oh, bad player, no. Okay, we're good. That sound like, did he overtouch that? Someone just signed in my Amazon account that I don't 100% remember. My sister finally remembered that I offered to give her my account. Who really knows? Ah, man, I wanted to ground double that. It's the only way I could have continued that. Wow, I did not expect the pass, I'm not gonna lie. What? Nice rock, close one. Oh, hate that. Mm-mm-mm. 50, 50, 50. Nice. All right, let's get out. I need to stop assuming that these touches are going to go to pass. I didn't expect you to leave it. All right. There was many situations a bad player made a decision I was not a fan of. I don't understand chasing the ball. I don't really, I mean, I know he's probably thinking I'm behind him, but the thing is I'm thinking, okay, well, he gave the ball away, but then the ball's off sidewall, so he can just double jump at that and intercept it. But instead he rotated out again. And I'm just like, I don't know, it just feels weird to give the ball away and then be like, all right, you solve it. And then, you know, deal with it in some other way. It's like, why? Bad players, meanwhile, crashing the goal, instead of being in the middle. I was gonna say there's a full party we're playing against, but nope, they're just regular Joes. Okay, I was like, I think it's off the bar. We're just gonna risk it, and it worked, so. Good shot. Not gonna lie. FC minor. Oh. Goozy with the 5-year follow age, damn. Wait. Sad. That's super sad. Substatic, how are you getting these touches? Always a fun time to lose the player called a bad player as they miss both of our goals. Oh well. Sometimes you just gotta handle it like that. Yeah, what's going on there? All right. Sorry, Amazon told me like, oh, someone in Texas just accessed your Amazon, and I was like, I do not remember who would have access to that. That would be in Texas. A little bit weird. How's job search going? So I had a 3. I don't know when the last time you've been in here. I had my 3rd interview with a tech sales job. It went well, and then since that happened, I was told that, hey, some guy in the sales team says, oh, the word in the street is that we're hiring 2 people, one of them from Texas, and I'm the only guy from Texas that they've like interviewed, apparently. So that makes me feel like I am getting a job offer soon. But considering they said we'll probably hear from you early next week, and that was on Wednesday last week, and it's Tuesday now, it makes me wonder like, okay, well, when should I expect the early next week email or contact, you know? Nice. So hopefully that means we're getting a job offer sometime this week. Can feel it. That's what I'm hoping for. It's I'm also excited because apparently the guy that I'd be directly working under, like he'd be my immediate boss. He really likes me. He was the director of sales at the company. He said that apparently he does not like hiring people without some form of salary, because the CEO was like, I don't know you, so I think we're gonna start you on commission only. But since like the first like 2, like he said, like literally like year of this job will just be like consuming information and training, especially the first like 2 months. It's going to be a lot of job training and learning the product knowledge of their catalog or whatever. He's like, yeah, we might just start you off for the first couple months on like just commission only, and then once you're slowly able to like close some deals and whatever, then we'll open it up to salary. Apparently the sales guy heard that idea and was like, yeah, I do not want to pay this guy. I don't not pay this guy for training, you know? Like, we can't give him commission if he's not closing deals, and he can't close deals until he knows his stuff. So it's like, we should be paying him for at least like the first month or 2 while he gets the knowledge, and then we can open him up to like actually setting him out in the loose. So I'm like, hopefully that's the case, because I was prepared to just not have that income for a bit. But if he can get me like, you know, I told him like 30 to 40K was what I absolutely need. Anything beyond that is just kind of gravy, you know? So hopefully if they can come through an offer of like 30, 40K, I'd be ecstatic. What a spawn. What the? Well, the bounce was a little sharper than I thought. Bad read. Nah, I ran out of boost. I needed a little bit more to get the flick I was looking for. Hey, Francesco. Where was Stubb? He had 100, and he... Oh, he actually did get back immediately. That was... I guess he just thought he was going to be faster. Either way, good shot by Guh. I don't know if I needed to go for that challenge that I went for. It's part of my issue. That was a really good pass. Just a little too quick. Dude, that's crazy. All three on the same challenge. Good fake. How many games you have in the bank? It's getting there. It's building up. Man, Stubb got it forward, maybe. We're just gonna volleyball that a little bit. Oh, man, he should have that. Okay. Good job, Manny. Stubb, you are no man's land. Please touch that. Nice. Man, good read by Jokers. I'm not gonna lie. This is a good game. Yeah, Go was playing the read. That's a smart one. Fake stream. Oh no, Mr. Pizza Truck. Not the fake stream accusations. Hello, Stubb. What was that? I'm third and in the back. Why are you up? What is this? What is this? Why would you go? That's a shame. Oh well. Oh, God, I hate that, dude. I hate that with a burning passion. Does he pop up all the time? Hell yeah. Man, I would love to just be able to advance to SSL. That'd be great without so many doubles. Now go get Mother's Day? Seemed like she did. SSL scared of you, Taco? I mean, I guess so. It's why they keep sending ops in my way to throw the games away. Like, I'd be fine if I was just playing against really good teams and I was getting farmed or whatever. But, like, losing a game because we just have some guy, like, driving all over the place with a wreck as a man is always rough. Got Diamond 3 and straight up quit when Marvel Rivals came out. I mean, at least you're enjoying grinding a game. How you doing, Cluck? Chillaxin finally graduated. Congrats. You got your job lined up? Moving to Dubai? Whoa, okay. Going back. Job in Dubai. They have balling out. Hopefully you like it. I'm iffy on it. That's a shame, but hopefully it's comes together. Dubai's a very draining place. That's kind of what you said earlier. I think you lived there before. A lot of fakeness from the people in the scenery. That's kind of the vibe I keep getting from all those like the low-key like tourism ads that I get. If you go to like Instagram or whatever, people are like, I don't know why everyone wouldn't want to live in Dubai, and it's like the most empty city ever, but like also everyone there is driving this expensive stuff, and I'm just like, this feels very like, feels like a city made for Instagram people and people who like made a living on Wall Street. I didn't move back for a reason. The reason being that you are from New Jersey. No, that was so open. My bad. Try to put it around him, that works. We're very shallow and below the surface, not a very cash money place to be. In a figurative sense, not a cash money place to be. The modern slavery thing. The vibes are off because of slavery? Yeah, part of it. What is happening? Now that was Britta. I can excuse racism, but I draw the line at animal cruelty, and then Shirley's like, you can excuse racism. Cool kickoff. Good fake, by the way, though. Huge fan of playing a game in which we're kicking the crap out of another team, and then in the space of 3 seconds, we are behind. Up for it. I just use that meme template so much that it's like, you know, that's the only reason I'm like 100% locked in on that character identification. Oh no, that's probably a goal. Yep. I didn't think you'd catch that. Are you able to see how many hours of streaming, if seen, of your... David, you're gonna have to retake that. I don't know what you're asking. Are you able to see how many hours of streaming of yours if there's nothing to tell you? He says rip the ping. Buddy, it's not rip the ping. He's literally playing from Timbuktu. The fact that our teammate is able to drive straight is beyond me. Is he playing from Australia? I think he's playing from Asia, low-key. I was streamed. Twitch you can on the analytics, but also you can probably... He says, as usual, I get SSL with this ping. Press X to doubt, buddy. Maybe in your own region. Ah, my God, dude. Just as I drew it up. Taco, why didn't you air dribble it? I didn't really feel like it. I've kind of mentally checked out of this one. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Trying to win with a guy on 180 ping and another guy who I don't think has hit the ball yet. A little tough. A little tough to stay motivated. That's one? Okay. What region are you normally? I'm gonna guess OCE or Asia, but if this is a central server, wait, this is an Eastern server and he's got 192 ping. Maybe he's like Argentinian or something, like super south? Like, I don't even know. Didn't expect the first guy to whiff. Oof. No. He's not answering, which makes me angry. Lock in your guest chat. 180 ping on US East. 192 ping. It makes me feel like it's... Get off our servers. You can't say that if you're winning. That's kind of weird. Bro's not answering. What frickin' region are you? 192 ping on an East server is so high, but on Central he was like 180 earlier, which makes me feel like it's probably South America. It's like if you're straight going like from south to north, it's like East would be here, Central would be here. There's like if you're on East and you're getting 180 on Central, you should be getting like a frick ton more. I feel like on an East server. 200 ping on East. I'm like, because Brazilian players typically on East, Central, or East are getting like 140 ping. If you're on 200, that's like an OC Asia ping, low-key. But I'm like, maybe if they're like super south, like he's like an Argentinian player. I'm gonna assume if when I check Yuki's page, he's probably gonna be South American. Unless it won't let me. And he's not a player I can check because he's on Epic. All right, cool. Yeah, no one he's getting SSL. He's playing on APAC. 80% of that community is gold. Hey, it's Hattie. I really freaking hate 10 so much. 10 is everything that's wrong with technically high-level players within these ranks. Like, I get an air dribble. It's a good first touch. I'm going for a bump on the goalie, and he's like, I got it, and doubles to try to redirect around the guy who's going to 50 me? Like, why would that be the decision you make? Like, in what world is that, like, the ideal outcome of that, you know? That's stuff that bothered me so much about these players. Oh! I'm sorry for always bothering you. Nucky, was that you? I didn't know that was you. You're not bothering me. It's just tough when it's that laggy. Like, you're getting decent reads, but it's like when it's rubber banding like that, I'm sure it's rough. On top of the fact that, like, it takes me forever to get a game in North America, you must be waiting forever to try and get a game in Asia. Yeah, we were just guessing if you were from queuing from APAC or like deep South America. No faith. Nice shot. Okay, he made up for it. He made up for it, Chad. Don't worry. Okay, I had to take off the camera for a second. Just to see if we had the lineup correct. Good up 10. That's what we need. Probably getting that mid boost. They have every region where they have a server farm in. I was debating like chipping that off to line it up with Tidy, but I was like, I can't pinch it from that far away. No second man? Interesting. Nice. You pop the question yet? I don't know if you guys understand how that works. Are you a Christian? I haven't been dating this woman for like 4 months. Nice. I wonder if Tidy wants to play. I'd be down just to avoid the awkwardness. All right, Alec, have a good stream, Dungus. All right, see ya. All right, 10 left. Perfect for Tidy and I to reunite like bros. I don't know if he's playing. Oh, he's not accepting chat. Oh god, he hates me. He hates me. Never mind. Gotta stay consistent. Do you though? Do you though? Yo, wait a second. Okay. All right, he wants me to pause for a sec. Oh, Chad, I think I might have to end the job. The job that I applied to wants to give me him. They're asking me to call him. Well, I'm gonna end stream because I don't know how long it's gonna take. So, bye, chat.